And so as an entrepreneur, it's one thing for you to see the vision, to have vision, but if you can't communicate it and your team doesn't see it too, it'll get lost in translation and it just becomes another idea. And so if that's the case, it's done all the time. So a vivid vision may be the exact tool that you need to help take your company to where you want to go. And in addition to that, we found that it helps to recruit top talent, to align your current team, AKA create unity, delegate the role of implementing ideas so that you can just focus on what you're best at, stay focused on your North Star as a leader, have clarity when scaling up, and getting key vendors and partners and clients all on board.
You may all be familiar with the concept called vivid vision, and it was coined by our very own Genius Network member, Cameron Herold. And his popular book, which many of you have read, Vivid Vision, a remarkable tool for aligning your business around a shared vision for the future, he shares how the goal of detailed documents, in other words, documentation, is to lay out a clear vision for what your company will look like 3 years into the future, as if it has already happened. In other words, in the present. So back in 2015, Cameron asked another one of our Genius Network members, our next speaker, if she and her copywriting team could start writing vivid visions for some of the CEO clients that he had. And so since then, our next speaker and her company, Conscious Copy and Company, have written and designed not 100, not 150, not 200, not 250, but over 300 vivid vision documents for companies across all different industries. Now, if you know universities like Harvard, Wharton, or Yale, case method theory is so vital, and these are things that have actually worked. So pay close attention, because if someone has written vivid visions for companies, chances are she knows what she's talking about, because she knows the mistakes she's made and she knows the successes she's had. Now, many of these vivid visions have been Genius Network members such as Joe Polish, Scott Donnell, Sweet Financial, Howard Getson, who's in this room, you'll be hearing from tomorrow, and many, many others. She believes that our vivid vision is the sales page for our company's future. Let me repeat. She believes that our vivid vision is your sales page for your company's future. On the wall, there is any problem in the world can be solved with the right sales letter by the late Gary Halpert. And so lean in and listen to our next speaker carefully. She's going to share with you what you need to create a vivid vision that pops so it has stickability, so you can recruit the top talent, align your current team, have clarity with scaling up, and get the key vendors, partners, and clients on board. Please help me welcome Jennifer Hudye.
Hello, hello. Hi, friends. Oh, wow. That was a shot. 1 second. There we go. I am so excited to be with you all. Thank you so much for that amazing intro, Alex. I'm going to pop up my slides here. And so today we're going to talk about how you can create your company's future to be a place that you and your team want to visit. And no need to take notes because at the end of the session, we'll send you over a PDF that has the recap of this presentation. So there was a study that was done at Stanford University. And imagine there was 2 students that were sitting face to face with each other. So one was given a list of 25 well-known songs and then instructed to pick one and tap out the rhythm on the table to the other person, who was supposed to guess what the tune was. And out of 120 tapped songs, the listener only guessed 3 right. And so the person tapping out Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star was hearing every note perfectly in his mind. And so he was surprised to find out that the listener only guessed 2.5% of the time and didn't realize that that person, for the most part, was just hearing these monotonous thumps on the table. And so this study can oftentimes happen to us as visionaries. So you may have a crystal clear vision in your mind of what you want your company to look like. But then when you explain it, you hear the sweet sound of music. But unfortunately, oftentimes what can happen is the others listening, whether that's your team or your vendors or your partners, are just hearing these random taps, not seeing how the whole vision comes together. And so this really comes from under communicating your vision.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying this video, and I want to let you know that I have a new book that's come out, and if you'd like to get it absolutely free, there's a link below in the description, or you can wait till the end of this video, or you can simply go to joesfreebook.com and you can get a copy there.
And so as an entrepreneur, it's one thing for you to see the vision, to have vision, but if you can't communicate it and your team doesn't see it too, it'll get lost in translation and it just becomes another idea. And so if that's the case and done all the time, so a vivid vision may be the exact tool that you need to help take your company to where you want to go. And in addition to that, we found that it helps to recruit top talent, to align your current team, AKA create unity, delegate the role of implementing ideas so that you can just focus on what you're best at, stay focused on your North Star as a leader, have clarity when scaling up, and getting key vendors and partners and clients all on board. So like Alex mentioned, this brilliant concept was created by Cameron Herold, one of our Genius Network members, in his phenomenal book, Vivid Vision. And back in 2015, I was just starting Conscious Copy & Co. And I was at a dinner where Cameron was there. And I remember in passing, he gave me the advice to create my own vivid vision. He said, read the book and do this. And so I created that document and painted a picture of what I wanted my company to look like 3 years into the future, as if it already happened. And there were parts of me that was like, who do I think I am? Because I was fresh out of college. I was a nobody in the space, and I was just starting off this copywriting company. But after I created my vivid vision, I started to notice these synchronicities that were aligned to my vision occurring all around me. One of the most important ones happened to be meeting Joe Polish. But in addition to that, I wrote down that I wanted to work with the top leaders in the entrepreneurial space. And I ended up attracting in and getting to work with some of the most amazing clients, many of them which are here. And I also wrote in my vivid vision that I would love to speak on some of the industry's top stages, like Genius Network and Traffic and Conversion. And that became my reality in less than 3 years. And along that journey, Cameron reached out and said, hey, would you be open to writing some vivid visions for some of our clients? And I saw this as an amazing opportunity because I was so enrolled in the concept from experiencing it myself. And so my team and I have written over 300 of these in the last 5 years. And I found that there are 6 ingredients to ensure that your vivid vision pops and you really can use it as a powerful tool in your company that is like the heartbeat of the business. So let's dive into those 6 ingredients to craft your vivid vision. The first one is to get into a vision state. So your current state in your business has built your current company. And so there may be parts of your business where you feel overwhelmed or frustrated or maybe some anxiety. And if you start writing your vision from this frame of mind, you will build more of your known reality, aka more of the same. And it's also really important not to write your vision kind of squeezing it between meetings, because if you're noticing some of the complexities in your business and you jump to writing it, answering that question, what is my vision? Some ideas may come out like, well, for my team to stop asking me so many questions and solve the problems on their own for once, or not to have my business not feel like it's taking over all my time and energy, or more profits, obviously. Right. And so there's a couple modalities that I found to really help myself and our clients get in a vision state where you feel open, aware, optimistic, and centered. Some of them include breath work, much like the practice that Jason Campbell led us through this morning, meditation, or even just walks in nature. After that, it's important to ask yourself the question, what would I love? I learned this from one of my mentors, Mary Morrissey, who said that this is one of the most important questions that we can ask ourselves because it filters through to the truth of things. And a couple years ago, I was leading a vision expander session where we were helping a client to gain clarity of his vision, and then our team to write and design it. And I kept noticing him say things like, well, this is what it should look like, or this is what the market's going to do, therefore, this is what we have to do. And I paused him and I asked, but is this what you would really love? And he looked at me like a little silly, like, what would I love? But then I shared, you're about to invest 3 years of your time, your resources, your money, your team, your life into this. So let's make sure that we're not building ourselves a golden jail cell like this, meaning that you arrived, but because it was something that you didn't really want, you end up feeling trapped. So important to ask the question, what would you love? And then from there, you want to make sure to paint the picture. So when you're writing out your vivid vision, wake up your 5 senses. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? If you're walking into your office, what's the buzz around the office, or how are people collaborating? For one of our clients, when they sent over a draft of their vivid vision and painting the picture of their marketing, they said, our lead generation is dialed in. And we wanted to breathe some life into that and really paint the picture. So we helped come up with, we have a steady and consistent flow of leads booking calls. By the time our prospects get to a conversation with one of our enrollment specialists, they are pre-qualified, pre-motivated, and pre-positioned to want to do business with us. And we often hear things like, it's like I've been seeing you everywhere and hearing about you everywhere. So raise your hand if you can see how like you can actually see or experience that a lot more than just our lead gen is dialed in. Yeah. After painting the picture, the 4th ingredient is you want to use present tense language or reflecting back. So focus into stepping into your vision as if it's already happened, like Cameron shares throughout his book. For example, using language like we have achieved this growth versus we will. Or it looks like this when painting the picture of, say, your headquarters versus it's going to look like this. Or over the past 3 years, we've experienced or achieved these profits versus in the next 3 years. And then number 5 is when creating your vivid vision to make sure it pops is you want to use affirmative language. And so as I was sharing, I learned this the hard way, where one of our core values at Conscious Copy used to be aligned action. And it said, we grow positive momentum over scattered motion. And one of my mentors reminded me that if I was going to be referring to that in my team over and over again, multiple times a day, and we have scattered motion inside of one of our values, even though that's not what we wanted, then we were going to bring that forth. So we updated the value to we believe in aligned action. We grow with positive and focused momentum. And then finally, number 6 is you want to communicate from where, not how, right now. So this is a photo of Tina, who is a CEO at Thrive Health. And when she came to me, her and her husband have created this really unique supplement company that has quickly become one of the top probiotic companies in the health space, with a world-class culture and 8-figure growth in a couple years. But the challenge that she was running into was that with all of the rapid growth, she wanted to maintain company culture while attracting in new hires. And as the founder, she wanted to get really clear of where she was taking the company next. But every time she would sit down to map out what her vision is, she would get stuck and in her head. So our team interviewed her and she got clear of the vision. But then by having the tool, she was able to use that to make sure that she was recruiting top talent that could help implement the how. So to recap, the 6 ingredients to crafting your vivid vision is to get in a vision state, ask, what would I love? Paint the picture, use present tense or past tense reflecting back, use affirmative language, and think where, not how, right now. And when you do this, you'll have this powerful document of vivid vision, and you can really use it as a filter to help discern if an opportunity is aligned to your vision or if it's a seductive distraction. So if you want to create your company's future to be a place you want to visit, it's really important to communicate that vision that you see in your mind. And so the action step that I invite you to do after this is before the end of the day, just to get the juices flowing, write down the question. It's December 31st, 2024, and begin to brainstorm, what would you love? What would you love to see in your business? And from there, a free little gift that I have for all of our Genius members here today is I created this cool Vivid Vision Mind Map plus questions prompt guide. So you can go somewhere and begin to answer some of the different questions that are mirrored to Cameron's book as well, and to start getting clear of your 3-year vivid vision.
Okay, I hope you found that video awesome and useful. So if you want to get a free copy of my book, I want you to click here. And if you want to watch some more videos that'll be useful and awesome, click here. Go ahead. They're over here. Do it now. Come on. Thank you. Watch them.